Machine James Wade graces stage 2 for the first time this weekend. 10-time major champion who has been there, seen it, done it and won it in this sport over the years. But before we get on to that, let's look at Andrew Gilding's new platform shoes. He's still rigidly sticking to Doc Martin. Brand loyalty from Goldfinger. He loves a yellow stitch, doesn't he? I think they quite suit him. I wonder if they affect his position at the hockey.
Look at those bad boys. There's going to be a rush on those for Christmas. I wonder if they're Goldfinger branded. Imagine those for some killer shoes. Well, he's added about 3 inches to his height, and it hasn't done him any harm because he's equalised his best run in this tournament. But shoes of the tournament so far, or should we say boots, definitely goes to Gilding.
Does he need to add height? He's already a very tall man, Andrew Gilding. He is someone, a bit like Wade, who has won at Minehead before. The difference being, Wade won the UK Open. 3-time winner of that tournament. Gilding winning the UK Open back in 2023. Both of them looking to break their ducks in terms of the Players' Championship finals. It's Gilding who will start. Both of them have been steady away so far. Gilding did have to survive match starts, several of them against Dom Taylor in round 1 before he beat Justin Hood.
100.
Both matches 6-5, both against local boys. So Gilding's not exactly ingratiated himself with many of the fans here at Minehead. As for Wade, on the main stage, he took care of Mickey Mansell in round 1.
60.
And Peter Wright earlier today. Now, we saw Peter Wright yesterday evening, and he was very good against Joe Cullen. So it's a good result, that, for Wade. They have met 13 times previously, and only once on the big stage. So many of their meetings have been in Players' Championship events, so it's perhaps fitting we see them butt heads in this tournament.
Yeah, that was a very famous tournament for Andrew Gilding, wasn't it? The 2015 UK Open at Butlins Minehead. Because that's where he made the semi-finals and gave Michael van Gerwen the scare of his life. 108.37 against van Gerwen in the semi, and he lost 10-8. Coincidentally, Peter Wright was in the other semi-final, and he won that one 10-0.
100.
But it's about the now, isn't it? And Wade, well, you've got to give him credit over the last 18 months. Not the match play just gone, but the one before that. He wasn't even in it. He was outside of the top 16 qualifiers, outside of the 16 world's best players, and he had to force his way into the field. He made the semis, and things have changed ever since. He's now firmly inside the top 10,
100.
on form,
40.
and people are talking about him being in the Premier League again. It's amazing how he's able to turn things around.
Many would have thought those days are over for Wade.
92. James,
Good setup from Gilding, but James Wade has made a career. He's made a habit out of taking checkouts such as this one. Double 18.
80.
Shades of 2012.
Andrew, you require 40.
He had 1 dot for the match against Lewis in the semis of the Worlds, and it was at that double. Had he hit that, it might have changed everything. It's not in, Andrew. Have to go through that process once again. Double 5.
35.
You can go and get them, but unfortunately, the leg might not be yours.
Double 18 for Wade. That's not close. Doesn't matter. Turned out ultimately to be a good marker.
Now, James's record in this tournament,
Second leg, James to throw first.
considering he's played in every single one of them. Yes, I'll repeat that. He's played in every single one of them. He was in the first one in 2009, and that was his best run. Lost to Robert Thornton by 13 legs to 10 in the semis. Since then, he's made the quarters 3 times. Isn't it ridiculous that so far after his best run, he's still looking to make the final session for only the second time.
Yeah, other than the Worlds and the Grand Slam, this is the only current PDC Premier event he's not won. It's the only one alongside the Worlds that he's not even made a final in.
Well, this leads us to a very salient point, doesn't it? Because some of us who have been part of this sport for a considerable amount of time, we've all said the same thing. Why does James Wade not get as many great results in November and December?
140.
And a little bit of January. Why is it? We've got a big enough sample size. We've got talking about 2 decades. He's not been to a world final. We know he was within 1 dart of one. But he hasn't been to a players' final either, no matter when that was played, because it used to be January. Now it's November. So it's something about the winter. So maybe Wade is not a winter soldier.
91.
Well, it might stem from that semi-final against Adrian Lewis, one of the most infamous games of darts you're ever likely to see. Draftgate forced the match to be stopped for an inordinate amount of time. It was done very early hours of the morning.
James, you require 130.
13 years on from that, James Wade is still going strong.
Yeah, just imagine if you were cryogenically frozen around 2013 when James was firmly inside the top 4 in the world, and then you woke up about 3 or 4 months ago and he's still in the top 10, and you think, is this still 2013? No, it's 2025. And it's double 10 still.
Loves this target. Been commandeered by Luke Littler in the last 2 years, but James Wade can't take it out. To add another layer to that point, if he'd been cryogenically frozen and said he's still in the top 10, but he's not won a world championship, you think, how is all of this possible?
134. James, you've acquired 20.
He's a case study in himself for so many reasons. He's missed 4 darts at double 10. Make that 5, and he doesn't understand it either.
Uncharacteristic profligacy from Wade, and Andrew Gilding was nowhere in this leg. He might still win it. It's like the leg that Gurney won against Lipscomb when he was 240 points behind. Double 10 for Gilding.
60.
Well, apparently they're both allergic to double 10.
James, you've acquired 10.
Well, he hasn't used the markers, but he's very glad it's in. If this game continues in this vein, it could be genuinely any scoreline. Two players through to the quarterfinals in Price and Gurney. Serial winners of Premier events in the PDC. One person has won at Minehead, the other one has not. 81. Only one will survive to the final session tomorrow afternoon on the main stage.
2 other Minehead winners are going head-to-head on the main stage. Both UK Open winners, Nathan Aspinall and Danny Noppert. It's 1-0 to the Asp. So very early stages in both games happening now.
But if I may be honest, the best game of the night on this board is, without a doubt, Watamina Searle.
140.
I'm not impugning what we've seen from Lipscomb and Gurney, and I'm not impugning what we're about to see with Gilding and Wade, or with Dobie Hurrell, but Watamina Searle is going to be a rattler. You do not want to miss that.
100.
That could be like a roller coaster with no brakes. This one at the minute is like being on the teacups. Unfortunately, we're waiting for the engines to churn a little bit better.
Well, this concerns the bottom quarter of the draw, and the winner of this takes on the aforementioned winner of What I Mean a Searle.
$49.
Gilding's not settled.
He played in the middle of the afternoon on this stage, and you would assume that he would feel comfortable in this setting because he hasn't been to the main stage at
44.
all. Whereas James has been to the main stage all of his time in this tournament so far. He does still warrant main stage games, does Wade, because he's very highly ranked.
45.
But you are right about Gilding. He is stalling too many times in the first 2.5 legs. Something's got to snap.
There's an air of despondency about him. Every poor visit, he tilts his head to the side. Looks disappointed. Needs at least one treble to have a go at the bullseye. Gets it. Can he find the bit in the middle?
101.
Just offline.
James, you've acquired
Seen so many
90.
different attempts at this over the last couple of days. And it is the ball for James.
Game shot.
A little bit of quality.
James Wade.
James has a 3-0 lead, and he also has 2 breaks of throw. And all of a sudden, it feels like he's got a bit of energy as well. It's amazing what a shot like that can do.
It was a TJW shot. Typical James Wade.
59.
Maybe some of the James Wade fans in the audience would like a t-shirt with that on it. Might as well get him a different garment for his merchandise collection, because he's not going to change his dart shirt anytime soon. In fact, I believe the last time he changed his dart shirt was when we had the Players' Championship in Doncaster. Or even before that, at the Circus Tavern.
83.
James Wade could play darts for another 30 years. He'd probably still have the same set, the same flight and stem setup, the same shirt, the same trousers, the same everything. His mindset is,
60.
I've made a really good career and living out of this. Why on earth would I change?
Well, you want to be the material manufacturer that makes that fabric. Imagine how many reams of that he's been through over the years, because I assure you, that's not the same dart shirt he's had all the years. He'll change it quite often. He's one of those people, he just doesn't like change. He knows what works, and he does his best to make it work. He doesn't make changes in the stem department, the points department, the barrels. When he changed the colour of his flights from a really bold Union Jack to these ones, honestly, it was like hell had frozen over.
Yeah, for James Wade standards, it was pure innovation.
And it was just a change of colour. Thickness of flight didn't change. It's pretty much the same flight, just less bright. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he is so popular with some darts fans, because you know exactly what you're going to get from him. And people like that.
There's a brand, there's an image about him. And certainly an image about Goldfinger. He's looking at tops to register his first leg. It's just not happening. He could have been 4-0 up. Instead, he might be 4-0 down. Single 16. You know what he wants.
36.
That was close.
Andrew, you require 20.
He was expecting that to drop. Gilding's got to hit a double soon. He's got one. He's got something to work with.
Andrew Gilding.
There's a break back as well.
First. Game on.
Does anybody else in the PDC wear boots when they play?
100.
Nobody else does that as well as he does.
No, the chunky sort of black trainers with the white soles, they're becoming the most in vogue dart shoes right now.
I think Michael Smith's fancy red and black shoes might have a bit of an ankle top feel to them. But as in proper boots,
85.
he's the only man. I've seen Lawrence Alagan wear red high-top trainers when he's playing in Asia. But then again, that's Lawrence Alagan. He's one of the coolest men on the planet. He's had a pretty good season.
Yeah, it was a shame not to see him at the Grand Slam, but he will be at Alexandra Palace in the World Championship.
100.
Get our yearly outing of him.
Oh, Mr. Excitement indeed. He'll be a nightmare draw for somebody.
57.
It's like playing a pocket rocket.
136.
But when you're playing Andrew, you know exactly what you're going to get. It's going to be difficult for pace, and it's going to be difficult because he's an excellent player. And if he's having this kind of game, you've really got to take advantage of it, because it doesn't happen a great deal these days.
James Wade's 3-1 up, but he is not playing well in the slightest. He appears to have given this leg up.
64.
76 again for Gilding.
76.
3-2 down he'd take from the way he's played so far.
Games
3-2 down it is.
Andrew Gilding.
It's only a break of throw if you hold in the next leg, and that's exactly what he's just done. Now, you might ask yourself, after the way that Daryl Gurney played against that Adam Lipscomb, how did he find an 11-darter in the last leg? Because the adrenaline, when that kicks in, it means you can find a bit of energy. That urgency kicks in as well. And great players can use that energy. This game doesn't have any energy at the minute. It's about as flat as a hedgehog's birthday party when they've asked for a bouncy castle.
81.
Yeah, I was going to say that. But I do take your point. Daryl Gurney hit 4 180s in 19 legs of darts. 2 of them were in the final deciding leg.
60.
Michael Van Gerwen's popularised the phrase, and it's almost become memed in the darting world. But he's spot on. It's doing the right things at the right times. If you can do that, you're halfway there.
140.
Then the talent and the timing has to match.
I think this is one of the only occasions over the last couple of days where the audience have started chanting to try and gear the players up, because they both know this is a trudge. This is like an assault course through the mud, and the mud is sticky. Even James Wade has got time for a wave. Fill it up, Andrew.
140.
If he had, he'd be on a finish and only a dart behind Wade.
Games from the 6th leg. James Wade.
Well, it's the first leg in this match where Andrew Gilding has not been close to a finish.
Seeing as the game is as it is, nowhere near its end, and we're still waiting for it to spark into life. You look at his achievements. And he hasn't won the Premier title since 2021. That's not a massive drought, it's only 2025. Before that, it was the European Championship in 2018.
140.
This is such a social media question, Dan. But if he were to become Players' Champion at the end of 2025, where would it rank?
100.
He's only won 2 European Tour events. He hasn't won one in 9.5 years. We're talking about severe droughts on different levels of PDC darts. He doesn't prolifically win anymore, but if he were to win this tournament, I reckon he'd have the same reaction to when he won his second World Grand Prix, when he collapsed on the hockey and started crying, because it would mean that much to him.
I think it would rank as one of his best, primarily because these days people don't expect him to win as much as he used to, and because the talent field is bigger, there's more depth.
But he's a player that believes that the standard hasn't gone up over the years. He's been very vocal about that on social media with various YouTubers. Does he like a 161? Not right now.
97.
But these guys are still playing chess against each other.
Required 71.
If you're on a shot first, take it out before Wade gets anywhere near tops.
63.
Oh no. That could be trouble.
Required 64.
That red treble 8 is flashing. So is tops. But he can't hit tops again. And his usual bankers don't seem to be working.
And you require 8.
He's not hit tops or tens once. Oh dear.
Score.
That's a shocker.
20. Games on the 7th leg. James Wade.
And that's the most obvious apology you will see all day.
8th leg, James to throw first. Game on.
I've seen James Wade win more matches like this than anybody in the last 20 years. Genuinely, not even close.
140.
He is more than willing to get down and dirty in a game like this. And he's more likely to win a game like this than anybody else.
Because few players care as little about stats as James
100.
Wade. The only thing he's bothered about is winning. He couldn't care less if he went up an average 40. As long as he hits the requisite number of legs, in this case 10, he doesn't care.
Well, just to prove that point then, let's go through the fact that he's won the Euros, he's won the Masters in 2014, he won the Premier League in 2009. Of all of his final performances, off the top of anybody's head, who remembers the average he had when he won? Silence from the commentary box from both of us, because we don't know. It's not something you embellish. I mean, when Rob Cross won the World Championship in 2018, we know that that was
107.
107 because it was a story. But Wade's winning, it's not about averages. It's about what he does in game, and what he does to opponents.
109.
Well, Gilding's first to a finish in leg number 8. It'll be fascinating to see whether he gets to a double.
94. Andrew, you require 121.
Treble 17. That was dragged.
97.
That wasn't.
James, you require
Gilding's ready to
68.
pounce, but James Wade, again, these mid-range finishes he's made mincemeat of over the years.
48.
But this has not typified
Andrew,
James
you
Wade's
require
levels.
54.
It's genuinely one of the worst performances I've ever seen from James on tops.
Games from the 8th leg. Andrew Gilding.
He will be feeling that too.
9th
But do
leg,
you think for
Andrew
one
first.
moment that he's going to change his game plan and avoid it?
Nope. He's a creature of habit.
$95.
Mind you, having said that, we saw Ryan Searle left on 70 for the match against Callum Ridds earlier, and to the bemusement, to the astonishment of both of us, Nico, treble 18, double 8.
Yeah, not just the two of us, the entire darting world. these two love tops more than your average bear. And if you had 19 legs in this contest, you would probably assume that at least a third of the legs would have been hit on tops. It hasn't been good on double top at all from both. It's not just Wade.
8 legs in, none of them won on tops.
60.
Now there's a stat we can get our teeth into.
But do you think that drought is going to continue? I don't. I think at least one of them is going to start popping.
Okay, how many double tops are going to be hit before the end of the match?
4.
I'm going to go with 3. And I was going to start with 1 because it will be so weird if they have a really bad game on tops all the way to the end and it's hit only once to win the match. That would not shock me, the way this match has gone so far. That's the funny thing. You look at James and sometimes he does give off this tired vibe. I'm not getting that from him today. It's a lot harder to read Andrew. Trying to read Andrew Gilding is like trying to read hieroglyphics through a black bin liner.
101.
Treble 19. How about double 12? That seems to be working all right. He's going to have the lead at the break. He's found a friend.
Tenth leg, James to throw first. Game on.
There are 3 doubles that he likes to leave on purpose, not including the bull. 12s, tops, and 10s.
100.
10s hasn't really worked on the hole, although he has hit it. Tops hasn't worked, but 12s, we'll put a tick next to that for him. He's only 4 legs away from making the quarterfinals for the 5th time.
That was the most brief thumbs up I think I've ever seen from Gilding.
Maybe his thumb's getting tired.
Not surprised. 4 180s. Not really noted as a big 180 hitter, Gilding.
Do you think that's what he does in the gym when he's at home? Just practices his thumbs up with a resistance band in different directions.
With like a 500-gram dumbbell on the end.
A thumb dumbbell. Oh, there's a Christmas idea for everybody out there. Want stronger thumbs? Buy the Andrew Gilding Thumb Dumbbell. Available in 4 different weights.
If you are still tuned in, you will be pleased to know this is the final session on stage 2 this weekend.
57.
We will give you the stats at the end of
60.
This session, of course, going into the second half, because there will be a break at the end of this leg.
There will be a break at the end of the leg between Nathan Aspinall and Danny Noppert. It's 5-4 to the Asp. How did he cram those in?
Well, he's got a stack of 180s in this match, surrounded by a bunch of mediocre scores, but that was the best 180 of the lot.
Bearing in mind, Andrew has probably the thickest darts on tour. They're so bulbous on the barrel.
Andrew required 24.
Any wonder he can hit 180s at all. Can he hit double 12? He can. Well, Andrew Gilding has reduced the deficit to 2. Welcome back to stage 2, where James Wade leads Andrew Gilding by 6 legs to 4. It is a game that has not exactly had fireworks so far. It's been competitive enough in that both players are getting several opportunities to win legs. But atypical of James Wade, he has not been firing on tops and 10s. He's having to find other solutions around the board. Interestingly so, The 6 legs that he's won have been hit on 6 different doubles. And that, coupled with what Andrew Gilding has been hitting, means that double 12 is currently the friend of these two. How much longer will that persist? Will they find their range on tops in the second half of the contest? Or will it continue to be a slugfest? And who can crawl over the line first?
84.79 the average for Wade. It is, of course, about 4 points less than Gilding, because that's what James does. James doesn't have any maximums. Andrew's got 5. His last one being the best of the bunch.
45.
But on the doubles, not a great deal to cheer about either. Wade 6 from 20 for 30%. Andrew 4 from 16 for 25%. So the stats tell us that this game is hard work for both. We can assume that the second half is going to be better. What James Wade wants is to have the same sort of second half as the first, because he wants to win this half and get through to the quarterfinals after a good night's rest.
Ten legs have been played. Gilding and Wade have had darts at double in 8 of them each. And there's been a tale of missed doubles. 26 in total.
96.
What is it our commentary colleague Chris Mason says? Styles make fights.
84.
Is it fair to say that these two locking horns doesn't give off a great deal of chemistry? Now, I'm going to stick my neck out right now, and if it doesn't happen, by all means, at me. But the next game,
134.
so much chemistry, even Brian Cox can't make head and tail of it. Watermina versus Searle, that will be a banger.
They will egg each other on.
121. Andrew require 144.
144 for Gilding. Double 12 is at the end of this. However, he needed 2 treble 20s, so the shot's gone. Could go over to treble 17.
Andrew doesn't like to ask. He likes to figure it out.
28. James you require 96.
For a 3-leg cushion and another break of throw. Oh boy. He threw that exactly where he wanted to. He was trying to get it in the bottom tunnel of his flight to get in the 60. And the next thing here is bedoing.
Double 8 is found for Andrew Gilding. He's maybe got away with one. Now, I don't have any empirical data to back this up, but I don't think there's another player on tour who gets as many Robin Hoods as James Wade. Is that to do with equipment? Or is that to do with the fact that he's so accurate?
Well, considering the fact that I don't have any stats for that either, Dan, I'm going to try and figure out why.
125.
Let's use Andrew as a test case here really quickly. Why does he not get Robin Hoods? Because he uses a molded technology where there's a smoothness between the stem and flight when it's bonded. If you look at James, who's using something very similar to what he had when he started with his current manufacturer, it's a poly stem, short, with a compression ring in there. Now, you can hit either the top of the stem and it do that, or the ring and it will do that. It's more likely for Wade to get a Robin Hood than, say, a Gilding. So maybe, without the stats, you're still right.
108.
First 180 of the match for Wade. Quickly following on a 6th for Gilding.
This game is 6-5.
100.
Aspinall 6-5 on the main stage against Noppy. Okay, it's tops. It's still happening. But double 10 is starting to cooperate.
James Wade, 13th leg down to the surface.
And they're starting to get behind their man, the Wade fans. Will the Gilding army stand up over the next few minutes as well to help him out?
Poor Andrew, he's not had it his own way, has he? Facing Dom Taylor and Justin Hood, both of whom hail from around 30 miles away from Minehead. And James Wade's fans are finding their voice.
140.
And James Wade's fans really do travel well. If he's ever going to win a world title, I think they really need to get some tickets for the Worlds
100.
to make their voices heard. I'm not sure if he's got a fan club in Germany. If he does, ask them to turn up at the Palace, because they tend to get a lot of tickets. And in this second half, he's dipping his bread in the 180 column. Might be just the spark he needs to get close to the finishing line and get it done.
Definitely picked his level up.
81.
Don't hit a 180 here.
We know someone who has. Jose de Souza.
100.
He's going to be going to the qualifier on Monday for the World Championship, and if he doesn't get through, his tour card is lost.
And Q School beckons for the special one.
If he so chooses. It's not mandatory, is it? It's a choice. James has never been there. He may never have to go. He's on double 12 again.
57.
He really can't figure this out.
And you require 80.
He could still be 3 ahead if Gilding misses this, but his doubles are poor.
How are Gilding's? Double 5. Not much
70.
better.
Well, the key to winning darts matches is be less poor than your opponent. Double 6. Honestly, can't remember the last time I saw James miss this many doubles. He should be out of this game by now.
But instead, Andrew Gilding halves the deficit.
14th leg, James to throw first.
7-6, and who knows how this game will conclude.
Wade is scratching his head thinking, what on earth is going on in this match? And if you're Andrew Gilding in the background, you're thinking, why aren't these people putting me away? He could have been eliminated twice already. If he goes on to win this tournament, people are going to have to check his pockets for rabbit's feet.
We'll have to change his nickname to the man who can't be moved.
That means he'd have to change his walk-on song to The Script.
93.
There's no way that Goldfinger's changing his music anytime soon. Wade can't leave a finish from 3-4-8. We've talked a lot about the number that you leave after 6. A great deal in the last 18 to 24 months. But this is not the kind of game
57.
where you're going to be taking out 3-4-1, 3-4-7 in 6 darts. They'd be fortunate to take it out in 9. Gilding's average has climbed by 3 points since the break. Wade's by 4. So they are playing better in the second half. But it still has that degree of mystery about it. When they're on a double, you don't feel like they're going to take it immediately.
131.
Wade down to 160. Which in normal circumstances, you'd quite fancy him to take. Couple of treble 20s and then his favourite tops.
James, you require 160.
Doesn't have to take anything here. This is the biggest finish attempt that he's had. The biggest completed checkout, 101. He walks away with 85. The first two darts were fine, but the third dart makes the next one even more difficult. What would he rather leave? Double 12 with 2 or 1 dart at tops? He won't feel assured on either.
James, you've acquired
And that's a mistake from Gilding. He went for the 19s, not the 17s, and leaves a bogey number. He's handed this leg on a plate to Wade.
35.
Wade's not lapping it up.
Tops and Wade has been a marriage made in heaven for the last 20 years. But they are most definitely tonight having a 20-year itch.
James, you've acquired 40.
Can he find his range?
Game shot.
Well, if you can't hit it purely,
James Wade.
use a marker just like that. Hence, that frustrated last dart thrown at the board.
Eight legs from Wade, and that is the first one at double top. Our prediction of 3 and 4 at tops, he's looking wildly optimistic at this stage, however.
131.
We don't do interviews after stage 2 games. I'll tell you what, it will be interesting to get the interview from the person who wins this one. Their words on this match would be fascinating to listen to.
57.
It is the same scoreline on the main stage right now in favour of Nathan Aspinall.
Danny Novitz's been playing so well over the last few months. Aspinall takes him out, his confidence will soar. And it's a small matter of Littler against Pietreczko.
99.
Ratajski's got rock in the last game on the main stage. What about the recovery skills of Ratajski in 2025? You said earlier today, Mr. McCarthy, that Ross Smith would be a good story. Imagine if Christoph became Players' Champion. What a story that would be.
It would be unbelievable, owing to some of the health issues
57.
he's had away from the Yoki that weren't really documented much until only a few months ago.
He doesn't like the headlines. He just likes to play darts and go home. Some people are like that. Not everybody has to have every social media account and put their entire lives in the public eye. What a dart! I mean, James is not the most avid social media user, but he still uses it. Christoph is positively off grid, which is where James was when he was throwing that treble 20.
James, you've acquired 90.
He's hit this checkout before on the bullseye. It was way back in leg 3. Different combination, double 5.
80. And you require 130.
This has been a hard slog.
Does Gilding get to the bull? He does.
100.
Right on line. He's clinging on with everything he's got.
Require 10.
Wade's confidence on any double is shaky.
Last dart in hand.
No score.
Even they're not coming off.
And you require 25.
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to prod the board with the darts. Double 6 for Gilding.
19.
It's a good job for Wade that Gilding is as shaky as he is.
Double 5 for a break of throw. James Wade only needs one more.
James Wade.
He is on the brink of a place in the quarterfinals.
Game
And
on.
my word, if he gets through, he will sleep tonight.
Yes, he will. But for the first 5 minutes, when he puts his head on the pillow, he'll be thinking, What on earth happened there?
85.
Now, I don't know who coined the phrase wading first. It may have been Mr. Dawson or somebody else. But this is taking wading to a different universe.
100.
Simply put, if Wade had played Adam Lipscomb, he would have lost 15 minutes ago.
134.
We think.
It is wading to a degree, but wading still usually contains quite a few
100.
moments of high quality, not in terms of big scoring, but in terms of a 120 finish when your opponent's on double 16. Snatching hope away, that's what he does. He snatches hope from his opponent.
Well, you know how I like to compare darts matches to food, because this is what I do. This right now is like a rice pudding that doesn't taste very good.
81.
But at the end of it, you feel very satiated.
$58.
Sometimes you have to have a bit of a dodgy rice pudding, because it'll get you through to the morning.
It's all about sustenance.
95.
Let's not forget as well,
James, you require
every single slice of
164.
ranking money will get him closer to the top 4 by the end of the season. Well, imagine if he'd taken 164 up to win the match.
84.
Now that would have been wading.
Andrew, you require 125.
Not an easy checkout, this. Gets the 25. Gets the 60. Wade's nodding.
85.
But no nod of approval from Gilding. That might be his final dart.
Does anybody think that Andrew Gilding has finally run out of lives? It had to be tops.
Good.
Would you believe it?